Commission. Regular meeting held at Golden Fellowship Hall, 9700 Riley Road, Interlochen, Michigan, 6:02 p.m., June 23rd, 2026. And we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Flag right there.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll call. Pat McDonald. Here. Clint Bundy. Here. Colin Schwarm here. Richard Bark excused. Bradley Dean. Here. John Schuster. Here. And Lindsay Komerska-Rowell.
Here.
All right. Okay. Next on the list is approval of agenda. I do have a request that I'd like to make that we swap out the new business with old business. If anybody has any thoughts, concerns, questions?
Sounds good.
Good idea.
Okay, that will help these people get along faster and out of here sooner, so. Anyone else have anything, comments, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm sorry, time out. I make a motion that we swap out new business with old
Second.
business. Do I have a second? Second by Clint. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Approval of the minutes from the May 26, 2026 Planning Commission meeting. Does anybody have anything that they saw, want to change, concerns? Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Dean to
Accept the meetings.
accept as presented.
Second.
Second by Pat. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. First public comment. Anyone in the public wish to make a comment? No public comment. Moving on. Anyone have a conflict of interest for any other proceedings tonight? No conflict of interest. Okay. New business, PSU 26-001, a public hearing to receive and discuss any public comment for consideration given relative to the request for the granting of a special use for an accessory dwelling and waiver of a detailed site plan located at 10654 Diamond Park Road, Interlochen, Michigan, and owned by Andrea Dolan. The property is described as, oh, great sakes. I'm gonna skip that. Let's just go as accepted, written. So, at this time, would the applicant like to come forward? If you would, please, use the microphone and let us know what you're after.
Yeah, I want to build a pole barn, garage, and accessory dwelling, ADU, dwelling unit. Learned that string of words recently to house my brother, who is 59 years old and needs a place to live as he is no longer capable of living on his own. He got hit by a car a couple years ago.
On a motorcycle, had some head injuries, and we just don't feel that he can be on his own. We really don't.
Okay.
So on the front end of the building will be a garage where we need to house our tractor, but to plow this beautiful driveway that we have on our parcel that, and we need to house our, what else are we putting in the garage?
All our accessories,
tractor,
Yeah, tractor, quad.
Quad.
All our toys,
your toys.
tractors.
Yes, yes.
But our biggest thing is just having some shelter. It's tough here in the winter, and as we all know. So we'd like to put a building up and have Mark be safe.
Yeah,
That's our biggest thing.
yeah. The living space will not be any more greater than 750 square feet. In fact, I don't even think it's gonna be that amount. We've brought forward the plan that Tony Harris is gonna be building. He's a wonderful builder. If anybody knows him, he does a great job. I wanted to look very similar to the home that's sitting there now, so it's not, odd, obstructive. It's not gonna be overly huge. As you guys know, the prices of building material is still up there, and it's gonna be relatively modest. In fact, I did bring you guys the site description. It should look like this. And then I also brought forward a copy of potentially what the front would look like. It's just gonna be a 30 by 48 pole barn. Yep. And to answer the questions which were kindly given to me, and I know that it's gonna be detached from the house. I will not sell it. It will be a part of the property in of itself. Family member's gonna be occupying it, yeah, it's not gonna, the living space won't be any more than 750 square feet. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for the applicant?
The special use permit, you have listed 18 by 30, which is 540, but you just said 750, which,
It won't be any greater than 750.
okay. The living space or the overall structure?
The living
The living
space.
space is yet to
Yeah.
be determined.
So the 18 by 30 is probably not accurate, correct?
I'm sorry if he wrote that on there. Let me see, where are you looking at that, 18 by 30?
Under work description on the special use permit?
Special use.
Oh, well, you
Not
got
that-
30 by 24, 720 square feet of living, and then you've got 30 by 24, 720 square feet of
Oh,
garage.
I see. That's where I,
30
that's,
by 20, mine says 30 by
Yeah,
18.
which one on the, you're talking about the permit one?
Go to the sketch and the back, like these sketches right here.
yeah.
And then it shows the dimensions of the living and the,
And so you are aware, is that in progression, I brought forth the application, because I didn't understand this process, quite frankly. I didn't know I had to go through this process. And in haste, I filled out that application, the handwritten form, probably with the wrong dimensions. This is the correct dimensions here.
do you guys have that?
And yeah, I'm sure they do. I have several copies.
Okay. Yep, I've got that.
That's the one you got.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, I think it's in there. Yeah, I was just going by also the permit.
And if I
Yeah.
need to, before I
Which is
depart
smaller.
here, I'll amend that application to put the true space of the footprint,
Yep,
if necessary, which I kind of feel that it is myself. I prefer doing that.
yep, oh, that'd be good.
So the barn itself would be allowed, the dimensions aren't oversized for
It would be,
it's just
in the
living space. that would-
zoning that she's in, yeah, it's just, basically to have a mother-in-law suite inside that
Yeah.
structure, yeah.
And I don't have all, the specific ADA dimensions, because he's gonna need, other things. He can walk fine, it's just, and if you see us at Tom's or at various places around town, he doesn't know his way home.
How many acres is your property?
10
10 acres.
plus. Not quite 10, not quite 11, I think like
But you can't,
10.28.
Yeah,
you can't split it due to the configuration of the property.
I
correct?
wouldn't, yeah. It's too lovely up there.
it's kind of landlocked in there too, the Arts Academy owns a good chunk of the bordering property.
Another odd design parcel.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
yep.
a lot of those around here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
have a question, Pat?
Oh, out in front of the garage door there, would there be one or two parking spots there for your brother and whoever else might be visiting?
We haven't spoke of parking spots, we just figured it'd be an apron for the pole barn for the tools. Because he's not driving at this point, so we really didn't plan on that.
Just that you're required to have one, at least one, and at most two spots. You're
Okay.
gonna be using the garage for storage.
We could accommodate that, we have enough setback space off our driveway, we can do that.
All right.
If that's required, we will.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Thoughts? Okay. All right, you may sit down at this point, and at this point,
Thank you.
we'll, yes, thank you. We will open the public hearing portion of this at 6:13. And we do not have any public present for it, but we do have a letter that was brought in today and submitted. Frankly, it would be nice if they actually would have put their name on it, but they didn't, so. Does everyone have this letter? Would you like me to read it in? I guess I could, yeah. Green Lake Township Planning Commission and Township Board, this letter is submitted in opposition of PSU 26-001 concerning the proposed accessory dwelling unit at 10654 Diamond Park Road. The concern is whether the proposal is appropriate for the property and compatible with the surrounding neighborhood. The property has a presence with excessive outdoor storage, debris, and accumulated materials that create the appearance of a junkyard rather than a well-maintained residential parcel. These existing conditions raise concerns about future property management, both short-term and long-term, and the impact of adding another residential dwelling unit. There is also concerns regarding respect for adjoining property boundaries and the overall stewardship of the property. Increasing the residential use of this site with ongoing maintenance concerns may negatively affect neighboring property owners and the rural character of the area. Additionally, approval of the separate accessory dwelling raises concerns regarding increased residential density beyond what currently exists. While the application indicates occupancy by a family member, neighboring property owners have no assurance that the use will remain limited to that purpose. Once approved, the dwelling could potentially be used as long-term rental or short-term rental in future, creating additional traffic, activity, and impacts that may not be consistent with the character of the surrounding area. For these reasons, it is respectfully requested that Green Lake Township deny PSU 26-001 or defer approval until the property's current conditions have been reviewed and brought into compliance with applicable ordinances. Thank you for your consideration. At this point, we will consider that public comment, and Jason? Oh, well, this is, we'll ask you again. This is just the public comment portion, so I just read in this that was here. And do you want to say something in the public?
Is this the time for me to let you know that I also received a phone call this afternoon in favor of this project, or is that at a different time?
Can you just say that louder, Jason, just so
Is this the appropriate time for me to let you guys know that I also received a phone call from a neighbor in support of the project?
Yes.
I'm not going to get her first name right, but Darlene Van Horn from
Okay.
Diamond Park Road called this morning. I was able to speak with her this afternoon. She lives on Diamond Park Road. She got the notice in the mail, and she said she couldn't be here tonight because she's at work, but that she had no problem with this special use permit being granted. I did not have a chance to go out to the property today because the email was received after 3:45 this afternoon before the meeting, but I can go out there with Mr. Volkening tomorrow when we get to the office first thing to do that and inspect it to make sure it's in compliance with our ordinance. I did pull the aerial photograph from recently as May 2026. That's what the photograph is for, to at least show what we could come up with tonight. So that's why the photograph is there, and that was dated May of 2026, so
Yeah.
within the last 4 to 8 weeks.
Okay. Thank you.
There was a mistake. I apologize if there was a mistake on the special use permit, because I entered that one right away, and I think we've had 3 or 4 different conversations. I met with her builder first. Originally was looking at 500 square feet. We talked about up to 750, so there has been some changes, but I will, if approved, I will update and amend the special use permit to be accurate on dimensions.
But the shell's still the same, it's just
The shell is still the same, it's just the inside living is what we talked about changing a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. At this time, 6:17, we will close the public hearing portion of this process and open for discussion. Anybody have thoughts?
I think 10 acres can easily support 2 structures, just as a general thought. Besides the accessory dwelling unit, I know it can't be split. I don't see an issue personally. I think it's well thought out, reasonable. And that's why they have these exceptions.
Okay, thank you, Clint. Anybody else have any comments, thoughts?
No, the anonymous person, I mean, they bring up a point as far as, you know, being rented out at a later date for different uses, but that's not what's being talked about here. I have no problem with the use that they're looking to use it for, that's for sure, so.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
If they wanted to rent it, they'd have to follow the same rules as short-term rental or long-term as it is, so and
Well-
that's already been addressed.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a ridiculous comment, because any one of those people could vacate their house, live somewhere else, and then do a short-term rental in their house, so it's kind of a ridiculous statement to
And
make.
again, it's 10 acres, they can
Yeah.
support more than
I think you
a
can have
couple people.
multiple buildings on 10 acre.
Yeah, I mean, it's a normal-sized pole building they're looking.
I
I'm
mean,
sure there's tons of these out there that don't come here, so.
I know the property, and it is not trashy by any means, so
Plus, they've got some
In May,
invisible
it
stuff
doesn't
on
look
there
to
that.
be.
I'm
the
pretty,
aerial looks at it.
pretty sure that if they actually thought that they could back up anything they said, that they might actually sign their name to this instead of trying to do something anonymously, so, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous in my book. You have to say it, say it.
You
So,
know, can't just say stuff, so.
but I think it falls well within our boundaries for the, you know, mother-in-law suite situation, and really, it's definitely not oversized by any means, so.
New garage is supposed to help with the
Yeah,
big stuff.
it's a dual use. So, yeah, I think it's good myself, so. So if we make a motion here, I would just note,
She wanted to
Yes.
speak on the comment, I believe.
I just want to defend, go back to,
The junk part?
we don't have any trash.
Right,
If
thank you.
anything, we've done more to bring beauty to that property. We have bluebird, we have bobcat, we have all sorts of beautiful nature trails that we can just sit and walk and be amongst nature and feel good about where we are today with all.
It is anything but trash. It is.
No, the aerial picture obviously shows that,
Yeah.
yeah. So wherever that guy or
The
girl,
limited look on our property is a hatchet or a flag style. Our driveway is 1,000
feet
feet
wide.
long. But we have 1,000-foot driveway, so you really can't see what's up top where we live. It's just gorgeous.
It really is.
And you've been on site, right, Jason?
You are welcome.
I've been on site.
Okay.
It's,
Take your
it's
word.
nice, it's clean,
All right,
yeah, yeah.
well, motion time?
So I would like to note that if we're gonna make a motion, yes, but the motion should include that the, application be, the correct sizes of the units and just those specific things that be cleaned up and corrected,
match the plan.
along with, as part of the approval process.
We're supposed to approve the waiver of the detailed site plan.
Well, that too, yes, we have to include that as well, that we're waiving that detailed site plan. So, So if someone would like to make a motion,
I would like to make a motion to, with those mentioned changes, excluding the site plan, addressing the dimension discrepancy, to accept as requested.
as presented, okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
So we have a motion to approve by Clubundy and a second by Schuster. Do we have any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? There you go. You're welcome. Yep, you guys don't have to like sit here and hang out either. Unless you want to, but.
It's nice out there.
For doing this, not just for, I mean, for your commitment to this planning. I mean, being a resident here, knowing that there's highly educated, logical individuals, and I really appreciate that. The time and the effort that you guys put into this.
More than welcome on my part.
Yep.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Must have been our
So-
first meeting.
We'll move on to old business,
Excuse me.
which is basically just a continued discussion about the data center. Everyone should have gotten the letter or the sheet of paper with a couple questions that Pat posed. I would like to say that the Michigan Township Association is working on some formal plans or formal wording and verbiage to handle this situation. So in my own opinion, I sort of think that it would be good to kind of wait and see what they're bringing along, but we can still have our own discussion because it'll be a groundwork and then we can pick off of that.
State legislature's working on something blocking this stuff too, as a statewide thing.
It's
I haven't read anything.
Everything's just coming down pretty hard. It's made national attention.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
moving
think
quick.
I think they're gonna have to rethink, Malaysia sounds like a good place for a day center.
Yeah, I
so.
think they're trying to take a lot of the burden off the townships and stuff and how to handle it, what I was picking up, but.
So, everybody got that, the questions that Pat, would you like to, pose those questions, Pat, or your thoughts about it?
I just thought these were two of the, probably, hopefully the easiest ones to make a decision on. And probably some of the earliest ones that we should address. And we don't have to take any action tonight if you want to think about it some more, but we just basically, number one, is are aware, since we have to allow them, where should we put them? And then the second one is, do we want to make them go through the special use process like we just did with these folks tonight? We require a detailed site plan, and we could put, if our ordinance, we do enough drafting, doesn't, if we miss some things, we can add them at the time as part of the special use process. As conditions.
Yeah, I firmly believe in special use where we have some control on it.
I totally agree with that.
Absolutely,
It definitely wouldn't be without a special use, I would think.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
I also agree, that industrial, that would be the only place I could see it.
Unless they could show something else, I agree, yeah.
The only place that has the property available to do it in the zoning that would make sense, but, I don't know, anybody have any other thoughts on, if everybody's interested, I don't know that we have to necessarily make a motion on these two questions. If we're all in agreement on it, then we can just, note that and keep that as part of the future questions that we will be answering. So along with, like if we were in the industrial, then I would think that we should come up with some distances from residential property, from neighbor, you know, so that we can actually specify some of the things that would go along with that particular zoning. So,
Agreed.
if everybody's on board with those two items, I think we're all kind of on the same page
Yeah.
with that.
I think they're great ideas.
Yeah, so, I mean, we can keep asking some questions along the way just so that we have the answers, and when we do get the official information, I think we can plug in what we've come up with. So if anyone has any questions that you want to pose to the next meeting, or just comments about some of the restrictions or requirements that they would have to meet, that would be great to pose to the board, and then we can keep on going through this list of stuff. Does that sound reasonable to everybody? Yeah.
So for me,
Sounds good to me too, so. Does anybody else have any comments you want to add to this situation? No? Good? All right, sounds like we're all in agreement there. Does that sound good with you, Jason? Yeah? Okay. All right, so we'll just keep tabs on what we agreed on. Okay. Other business, we don't have any other business. Liaison report from zoning board of appeals.
nothing,
No zoning board of appeals.
canceled, nothing there.
Oh, okay. Second public comment, no public discussion. Anybody else have any thoughts, questions?
Do you know when the roundabout's gonna open into town?
It's supposed to be open by July 4th, or there's penalty. But saying that it's open, it will be open to cross through, and it will still be open for westbound traffic, but there won't be any eastbound traffic
Right.
still. But it's supposed to open that whole corner up right there, right? Yeah.
Somebody said they were gonna open up the east side going to, on both lanes, but I don't know how true that was.
That, well, the roundabout was actually required to be done by the 4th of July.
I haven't looked, I
With
mean, did they get
penalty.
the other lane paved on that yet?
They're working on it, they're graveling it
Yeah.
right now, so
Should be
it's not
close.
gonna be long, they're gonna get asphalt on that.
Alright.
And then I don't know their scheduling exactly, if they, plan on opening fully the eastbound lane at the same time. I don't know.
One of the construction guys said that, but who knows what's going on, I don't
Yeah.
know, they don't tell me nothing, that's for sure.
No, they're getting stuff done, so I guess about that, right now, that's the best that can happen. I'm sure the people in all the surrounding subdivisions will be thrilled to death when the corner opens up.
No
Yep.
kidding there.
I've got a spillway in my front yard now.
And,
At work. It's great.
yeah,
It's tearing up the side roads big time.
oh, yeah, they're definitely doing that. Alrighty, anybody else have anything? Okay, somebody like to make a motion to adjourn? Motion by Pat to adjourn,
Second?
second by Kalbundi. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried. Meeting ended at 6:30.